A woman suspected of murdering her wife, a CAL FIRE captain, is scheduled for arraignment today. We have details on this case.
Then I heard the pops of the gun.
What we're learning after San Diego police shot and killed a man reportedly waving a gun at people.
Plus, will you need to show your passport to vote? A new executive order is already getting pushback.
For family of 5 with that price, you can afford it.
The cost of summer camp on the rise and working for you on ways to save.
It was the miracle twin birth of 2010, and we return to wish Sunny and Angel a happy 15th birthday.
It's 6 a.m. on Wednesday, March 26th, and you're up with CBS 8.
Good morning, and thanks so much for joining us at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. You will notice it's not the best hair day.
Oh, yes.
That's what I noticed, at least. Meteorologist Evan Arana here to tell us what's going on outside. The clouds are there.
The mist, the drizzle, the cloud cover, the humidity. I mean, there's so many things we can jump into. But for starters, yes, it might not be the best hair day outside. You'll probably notice some of that mist or drizzle. If you don't notice it coming down from the sky, you might see the damp roads to start off the morning. Aside from that, you've got cloud cover quite dense across the county, especially from the coast to our valley floors. And that is all because we are now transitioning away from the warmer temperatures and the clearer skies that we had Monday, Tuesday. Both days broke some records across certain parts of the county. Today through really next week, we have no expectation of any record breakers. We instead will be mainly in the 60s out there. Lake Cuyamaca yesterday, though, made it to 76 degrees. Borrego Springs, 97, tying a record set back in 1990. Coming up, we'll talk more about when we start to see these showers come about, because we've seen a couple this morning. We'll also, of course, jump into what those temperatures look like as we head into this upcoming weekend. Back to you.
Evan, thank you very much. In just a couple of hours from now, the woman accused of killing a CAL FIRE captain in Ramona will be formally charged from her hospital bed.
Yolanda Marodi was arrested in Mexico over the weekend, and CBS 8's Regina Yarita is live outside UCSD Medical Center, where that arraignment is set to take place here this morning. Regina?
That's right. Good morning, Eric and Neda. And it's still unclear why she's here at UCSD Medical Center, but we do know that that arraignment is scheduled today from her hospital bed. Now, according to authorities, 53-year-old Yolanda Marodi is suspected of allegedly killing her wife, CAL FIRE captain Rebecca Marodi. After being on the run for over a month, the San Diego County Sheriff's Department confirmed Mexican officers found Yolanda near a hotel in Mexicali. She was then handed over to U.S. Marshals. Rebecca Marodi was killed on February 17th in their Ramona home. And Rebecca's mother found her body and called 911, but despite life-saving attempts from CAL FIRE, she died on scene. Officials later confirmed Yolanda's car had crossed into Mexico through the San Ysidro port of entry that same evening. An arrest warrant states Rebecca had told her wife she was leaving her and ending the marriage almost a week before the murder. There's surveillance video from the front patio captured on a Ring camera showing Rebecca running from her alleged attacker, yelling, "Yolanda, please, I don't want to die," with Yolanda responding, quote, "You should have thought of that before." The arrest warrant also claims Yolanda was seen holding a knife with blood on her arm in this video footage. CBS 8 also obtained court records showing Yolanda served prison time from February 2004 to November 2013 after pleading guilty to the deadly stabbing of her first spouse in San Bernardino. So back out here, we do know that arraignment is scheduled for later today, so we'll have more information on this case as we know more about it later this evening. So for now, I'll send it back to you, Eric and Neda.
And then maybe we'll potentially learn more on why she's in the hospital there. All right, thank you for that, Regina. This morning, an investigation is underway after a man was shot and killed by San Diego police snipers. Chopper 8 showed the moments before the shooting on Angelique Street in Scripps Ranch just after noon yesterday. 911 calls reported a 59-year-old man pointing a gun at people, including construction workers and a pest control worker. Authorities say the man did not follow police commands and pointed his gun at officers, and that's when two snipers shot at the man. He died at the scene. His name has not been released. Neighbors say they've seen the man around before and believe he had special needs, though authorities have not confirmed this. Per protocol, the sheriff's office is now handling this investigation. San Diego Unified is making strides tackling the affordable housing crisis.
Last night, the board gave the green light to a series of resolutions to provide affordable housing to hundreds of district employees. CBS 8's Chris Groh live outside of San Diego Unified headquarters. You now have reaction from teachers and staff. Chris, what happened last night?
Yeah, well, we got a chance to hear a little bit more from the board as well, too, just about what their thoughts are about what this looks like and how they envision it playing out. Take a listen.
It's a beautiful neighborhood, and we want to keep it that way. We want to keep it that way for every one of these properties. We do not want to go into the communities and put an eyesore.
All right, so this was a unanimous approval here for the series of proposals with the goal of providing affordable housing for 10% of staff that go work at San Diego Unified over the next decade. You heard a lot about neighborhood teaching and how teachers that work in certain neighborhoods at elementary or maybe even high schools should be able to live there. Now, as for what this is happening, they are going to develop housing on district land. The next step here is to help find a developer. Those 5 locations that they have identified include here, Eugene Brucker Education Center, the Revere Center, the Fremont Ballard Center, the Instructional Media Center, and a property on Commercial Street, which could bring more than 1,500 affordable housing units to those district-owned properties. We also heard from the San Diego Education Association. Here's what one of their members had to say.
Initiative is what is necessary to keep our amazing educators, our amazing classified employees here in San Diego.
Now, for more on when and how you'll be able to attend some of those listening meetings in which they are going to ask the community for input on these projects, you can go to CBS8.com to continue to follow this story. Eric Annetta.
Chris, thank you very much. New this morning, the Trump administration has quietly paused the processing of green card applications for some individuals. That's according to CBS News. This includes immigrants granted refuge or asylum, which usually requires an extensive process of security checks, medical screenings, and interviews. It's a part of a broader effort to more aggressively vet immigrants. And do you know where your birth certificate is? If it lists your maiden name, can you produce your marriage license? Those kinds of questions could be key to proving that you are an American citizen who can vote under a new executive order. The president just signed the order that demands people must show documentation of proof of citizenship when registering to vote in federal elections, and that all ballots be received by election day, not afterwards. You could show your passport, military ID card, or qualifying state or federal photo ID. It faces legal hurdles, including a Supreme Court ruling that a generic voter registration form is sufficient. State and local officials run elections, but the order tries to overcome that by using funding threats as leverage.
Today, you are invited to learn about the latest efforts to address the Tijuana River sewage crisis. The Imperial Beach City Council will hold a special meeting. You can hear presentations on the recent CDC survey on health impacts, as well as an update on the wastewater treatment plant in Tijuana. You can also learn more about air purifiers. It's happening at the South Bay Union School District Auditorium at 6 p.m.
6:08 on this Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday.
Halfway through the week.
Yeah.
Big change in the forecast from Monday, Tuesday
like
timeframe. We were warm out there for both of those days. Now, not so much. Cooling down quite a bit and starting to really incorporate more cloud cover. As we could see live outside from Mount Soledad, it is a very cloudy start to the morning. Another live look that we have outside from UCSD, where sunrise is coming at 6:44, so we have another about 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so, and then that sunset at 7:05. These clouds have produced some scattered showers all morning long, and really over the last 3 hours specifically. It's been enough to wet the ground, it's been enough to dampen the ground, but hasn't been enough to actually accumulate much at any of our monitoring sites. So we'll keep tabs on that. We can call it 1/100th of an inch when we get there, but for now we're still under that marker, and our rain chances stay under about 20% for every day moving forward because of this, because technically our rain chances denote the ability to actually record 1/100th of an inch of precipitation, and we haven't seen that yet, so technically we're still dry for the most part and just seeing that mist and light drizzle, but there's a chance that over the next many, many days, we have mornings that are very similar to what we have on hand today. So I don't want to tell you that what you're seeing outside isn't rain, but it's not exactly measurable rain. Mornings like today are expected to follow, especially as we get into the end of the week, about Friday, Saturday timeframe. Looking at your current temperatures out the door, cloud cover helps to keep them a lot more uniform, mid-50s almost across the board. 5-day forecast shows a lot of mornings like today are expected, with overnight lows in the low 50s and upper 40s. We've got afternoons that are pretty consistent with AM clouds and then PM sun. And that PM sun won't be just completely blue skies. It'll be blue with some passing cumulus clouds. Temperatures not moving around all that much, staying mostly in the mid-60s out there. Let's check in on traffic. So far this morning, we have one crash that just popped up. I want to take you there. I also want to take you to something that just immediately popped up as well. So first thing is up toward the top of your screen, you got 2 lanes blocked on the 5 northbound at Garnett, PB area. That is where we also see some stop and go traffic around Bay Park moving into PB. Farther south, you see that exclamation point over the Coronado Bridge. We haven't gotten any detailed information from CHP, but they have told us that there is a car fire on the Coronado Bridge that is likely impacting one to maybe even both of those lanes. We will keep tabs on that as well, but you can also see how Midspan Coronado Bridge is starting to slow down in speed as well. Let's take a look at your border wait times now. 105-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry should be able to get across about 15 minutes faster. It'll take you an hour and a half in total.